Welcome. Thank you for joining me here today at Aging Gracefully. And if you're a first time visitor, a special thank you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rose Ann, and I am your host. I am so grateful to be spending time with you and just sharing about the different stages of aging with a focus on Alzheimer's dementia. I am the proud daughter of a beautiful 82-year-old lady who is living with the disease. We're on this journey together, and I'm enjoying every moment of it. Did you know that June is observed as Alzheimer's and Brain Health Month? That's how it is observed globally. But in the United States, it is observed in the month of June. Now that you know that information, have you informed yourself about this disease? What have you done to learn more about it? Get informed about the disease. Ask questions. Be curious. Speak with your doctor. Speak with other people your age who may be going through something similar. Build a community. For me, being informed means I am prepared. And that makes it so much easier when I know what's next, what's coming, what are some things that I can do to make this process for my family and my loved one so much easier. Alzheimer's dementia does not respect any boundaries. By no means. It is one that crosses all demographics and psychographics. Maybe just like me, you're hearing psychographics for the very first time. Psychographics actually means the measurement of traits such as our values, our lifestyle, our hobbies, and our political beliefs. Alzheimer's dementia doesn't care where you were born. It doesn't care what family you came from. It really doesn't care about your experiences. It is a brain disease that affects anyone. And that's why I continually suggest that we talk openly and get informed as a family. Speak with your family members. In episode 2, I spoke about establishing what we call an advance directive. And an advance directive it takes in the health power of attorney and it takes in a living will. And that will help you to determine how your family member wants to be taken care of whenever they are not able to make the decisions for themselves. Accidents and illnesses can strike at any time. Are you prepared? Is your family prepared? How are we going to be able to take care of our loved ones if we don't know what they need? The situation is already stressful. So what can we do to inform ourselves to be better prepared? As I said before, being informed is being prepared. Have you ever asked your parents how they want to be cared for? Last week I made mention of this. If your answer is yes, did you actually carry out their choice? Or did you really listen to what they asked you to do? Or did you decide to do what you thought was best? I'm guilty of the last one. I'm the type of person who thinks I know the best thing for my mother. And so I go ahead and make decisions for her. I do not necessarily consult her. I think that she has Alzheimer's, and so I know best. But the reality is I'm robbing her of something that she can still do. She can participate in conversations. She still has her speech. Her mind is where she can still make a decision for herself. And so I need to be a better listener. Yes, I'm speaking and I'm hearing, but am I really listening? I must admit that I came from a place of an egotistical approach. That's where I came from. And now I'm relearning how to fix that. How can I make adjustments? I need to reflect on the ways that I can improve how I communicate with my mother. She's a living, breathing person. Yes, she has Alzheimer's, but Alzheimer's is not who she is. She is living with it, but it does not define her. So, how can I best care for her? And that means I'm going to have to listen more, listen intentionally. If your loved one is living with the disease, you may find yourself experiencing a feeling of hopelessness. But today, I am here to give you hope. Rest assured that although your loved one is living through this disease, there is so much more to their lives. This is just a new part of their journey. So let us jump on board and enjoy it together. Find out what your parents or your loved one enjoys doing. What are their interests? What are their qualities? And then I would suggest that you build activities around those things just to get them engaged and keep their minds working. Remember, Alzheimer's dementia, it has three stages. There is the beginning, the middle, and the ending stage. And so if you can get your loved one at that beginning stage and middle stage to still be active and have their brains working, then I think that can only be a plus. It can only be something positive. So go ahead and find out what their interests are, and that can only come from conversations. And if you really know the person, then you'll know the things that are valuable to them. What qualities do they hold? What brings the spark to their eyes, the smile to their faces? Do they enjoy reading, coloring, doing puzzles? Do they enjoy traveling? Do they enjoy having conversations with other people? Whatever it is that your parent or your loved one likes to do, find that out and have them engaged. My mother enjoys cleaning, washing dishes. She enjoys taking care of the pets. If we are not careful, my mother will take the dogs out multiple times for the day because in her mind, they haven't gone in a long time. So she'll ask permission, is it okay to take them out now? And usually we say yes because it keeps her active, right? So just find out what it is that your loved one enjoys doing and help to bring back that spark to their eyes, that smile to their face, that feeling of being valuable to the family. In an article recently published by Mayo Clinic, 55 million people worldwide live with dementia. 60 to 70% live with Alzheimer's, and this number is worldwide. And bear in mind that these are the documented ones. I'm sure there are people who, the number must be greater. There are people who are living with the disease who go undocumented. This disease has no cure, absolutely none. However, there is medication available that can improve the symptoms and can slow down the process. If that is something that your family is interested in finding out more about, then please speak with your doctor because I must put the disclaimer in. I am not a doctor by any means. I'm just a daughter living with a mother who has dementia. And so please do your own research. My mother is at the stage of her life where she does not want any additional medications. So she presently takes medication for, she's hypertensive and that's what she takes medication for. I think she also has a medication for cholesterol. But if you introduce anything else to her, it's like she'll try it once and that's it. So we tried her with, I think it's the virgin cold press coconut oil. And she took one taste of that and decided it was not for her. So I had to honor her choice and just take that coconut oil and cook with it because she did not want to just take a teaspoon of it at all. She didn't like the taste. And my job is not to force my mother. It is to make sure that her years that she has, that she lives it in is a comfortable place, that she still knows that she can make choices about how she wants to be cared for. So my job is just to honor this wonderful lady. About 2 years ago, my mother shared a story with me. It was long past, and so I think she felt safe at that time sharing the story. So she told me that she forgot that she had put the kettle on to get some water boiled to make some tea, and that all the water had evaporated. So by the time she remembered, the kettle was like burnt beyond further use. That story sent chills down my body. Although the time had passed, I was still scared. Like I could think of all the possible things that could have gone wrong. And and that was a moment then where our family had to make a decision that we were going to go ahead and get a caregiver for my mother. We knew that her preference was to live alone. She really loved her space. She liked her solitude. However, it was no longer safe for her to be alone. And despite what she would have preferred, that was a moment when we really had to override it. We really had to say, we're going to make this decision for you. And although it was difficult because it felt like we were just robbing her of what she would prefer. My mother has never been an outgoing person, and so like having friends and stuff was not part of her makeup. For us, she usually say, "You girls love frenzy. Why you guys love company so much?" And we have always reminded her that we live two different lives. She chose to live her life how she wanted it to, as in to, be a loner, but we like to engage with people every once in a while. But we had to make that decision for our mother. I know that I say often during the videos that we must have conversations with them, that we must listen to them and take their preferences and choices into consideration. And I will continue to say that. However, there are cases just like this one with the kettle and my mother, where as the caregiver, the adult child, you will have to make that choice for your parent. It at that point you just have to. There's no if or no negotiations. It's a non-negotiable situation that you find yourself in. So do what's best for your family. I said earlier that the disease Alzheimer's dementia has three stages. You will find the beginning stage, the middle stage, and the ending stage. And usually by the time they get to the ending stage, for some people it's like between maybe about 8 years, but there are people who actually have lived up to 20 years with this disease. It's just a matter of how much care is given, how soon you recognize it, and what measures you put in place as a family to help to support the progression or to reduce the progression, slow it down. As they get older, and the disease sets in a bit more, sometimes they forget to take their medication. There are days when they may tell you that they took a shower already when they have not taken any. And they may even forget to eat or drink. We have to remind them to, make sure you stay hydrated. For us, we went and got my mother a water bottle. And that's what, like, we'll remind her, like, have you had your water today? Did you drink any? And there are days when I will just open the water bottle and say, here, go ahead and have some water because I don't think you have had any today. Despite the stage that our parents are in with this disease, please be mindful that we should continue treating them with respect and grace. Extend grace to yourself because there are days when it's going to be extremely trying. It's going to be difficult. I will not sit here and pretend that it is easy and that if you are informed and you are prepared, that it's going to be easy. It will not. I just encourage you to be informed and be prepared because it will make the process a little easier to go through. You will be able to identify the signs. You'll be able to make an informed decision about what to do. So by no means am I selling this as if it is, oh, do these things and everything will be perfect, because no, every family is different. Everybody who goes through dementia experiences something different. And as I said, while some people may live a short time with it, there are others who enjoy a wonderful life with it, as I said, up to 20 years. So just do what you can every single day. Just do it. We are at the end of today's podcast or session. But before you go, I want to leave you with two questions. I really want you to think about these two things. What is one way you and your family can help your aging parent feel their wisdom, experiences, and presence are still valued? And the second question is, how can we, as a family, as adult children, intentionally include our aging parent in family discussions and decision making so that they feel needed and connected? Thank you for joining me here today, and see you soon for another episode of Aging Gracefully. Bye.